Hello, Facebook and YouTube. I'm also on IG over here. And so we are just going to do a live. We're going to talk today about the writer mindset. And it's a super fun topic for me and one that has helped me immensely in my writing. So if you have any questions as I go through, hi, Ellie. Thanks for popping in. If you have any questions while I'm going through it, just, drop them in the comments. And we'll talk about them. Otherwise, we'll just go through some questions. I posted on Instagram about all the different, some of the common writer struggles that I hear about mindset, and post some questions. So we're going to go through those and kind of break those down to see maybe where those are coming from or what kinds of limiting beliefs we have in our heads that are preventing us from achieving what we want to. So okay, here we go. So the first one is, why is it hard to actually sit down and write? Like, why am I struggling having time sitting down and writing? So there could be a few different things that might be a struggle here. So you may maybe feel unworthy of writing or unworthy for someone actually reading your work. It could be something that there's probably some fear involved where maybe you're just afraid it's not good enough. You're afraid that if you sit down, you're just going to stare at a blank page and not actually write anything. So there could be a lot of things, but a lot of the work for us individually is to discover what those things are that are holding us back, what those limiting beliefs are that are telling us that maybe that we're not good enough, or that our words aren't good enough, or we're not a good enough writer, or whatever it is. Those are all limiting beliefs that will hold us back from actually sitting down and writing our book. Okay, so our second question, why am I struggling finding the motivation to actually finish my book? So a lot of these will probably go through a lot of the things I already talked about. Not feeling good enough, feeling like you struggle to be a decent writer, that kind of thing. But finding the motivation to finish, first of all, motivation is kind of a tricky thing. Motivation actually, it actually comes after action. So, and you may have heard this, but one thing that I like to talk about and think about is the more you write, the more you want to write. So sometimes it's just about sitting in front of your computer, and I struggle, and I know everyone's process is different, but for me, the concept of like writer's block it's not like a non-issue, because I know it's always sometimes it's a struggle to get words on the page. And I know there are certain things that can come up in your life, certain traumas that may make it difficult for you to write, because there are certainly times in my life where I just have not written. I usually go on a writing binge and then I don't write for a long time. And then, so I'm working on getting that a little bit better. But when you're struggling to actually find that motivation, you have to take action. So you have to sit down, write words on the page, even if they're terrible words. Like, I am a big fan of like flow of consciousness, or even just maybe the act of typing helps you. Maybe just pulling up something on your computer and then next to your word processor, and you are typing out whatever you're writing in this article, whatever it is. Typing might help you. Writing terrible words could help. You certainly can. It's like that whole quote, I think it's Jodi Picoult or something, that you can't edit a blank page. So it's all about getting words on the page so that you can start writing. And when you start writing, you'll actually get that motivation to keep writing. So it'll help you continue and get those words actually on the page and finish your book. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm so glad you're here. Again, if you have any questions, we're talking about mindset today and things that can trip up writers. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and we'll chat about those in a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go through another common question that I see some writers struggle with, and probably things I've struggled with too. So, so here's a question. Why do authors seem like they have everything figured out and I don't? Yeah. First of all, not everyone doesn't know what they're like. Nobody knows what they're doing, honestly. Like, there is no one out there that said, unless they're just way too cocky for their own good, there's no one out there that would say, I have everything figured out. There's nothing more for me to learn. I've got this author thing down. Seriously. Like, everyone is still learning. So no matter where you're at in the process, there is always someone behind you and always someone ahead of you. So there is someone that you can learn from, and there is someone that you can help. Now, you don't necessarily have to like start a big business to help other authors. That's not what I'm talking about. But you can connect with people who are on that journey, and you can make author friends that way. You can chat with them. You can find someone that's about in the same place as you in your journey. And, just start up a conversation, start to make friends, start to maybe keep each other accountable. It's a great way to engage with the author community, which makes connections that you would probably can benefit from in the future. And it's a great way to just meet new people and get encouragement in your author career, because sometimes it does feel very lonely. But another important thing about connecting with other authors and things like that is it's just to remember that you're not in this alone. You are not the only person that's ever walked this path. It is not impossible to do, because there are a lot of people that are being very successful at this. And it's just, keep in mind, not everyone has it figured out. Actually, no one has it figured out. And if they tell you do, they're wrong. And so it's more important for you to honor the time that you're in and the space that you're in, and really just acknowledge that, yes, you have more to learn and you are always open for those opportunities, but don't have to worry about XYZ person that's farther along than you. Don't worry about them. Focus on your own stuff, get your own stuff together, do the best you can, and learn from people who are farther along. And maybe learn from their example and see what things maybe that they have done wrong or that did not work for them. Try things, experiment, but do not get hung up on someone else being better than you, because they're not. We're all here, we're all reading our books, and we all have stories to tell. Okay, so the last question I want to talk about is, why can't I sell more books? Yeah, that would be a really great one. I did want to, so I've done a lot of mindset work in 2020. That was kind of my year of mindset work. And I'm still learning, still working on it. And it probably will be a lifelong journey, I can imagine. But it really came to the forefront for me in 2020. And so one of the things that I struggle with is, well, just in general, money. So not saying like, but limiting beliefs around money. Let's put it that way. So this can come from anywhere in your past, the society you grew up in, family, influential people in your life. It really can come from anywhere. But the point is, you deserve to be paid for the work that you do. That's like the long and short of it. So when you write a book, do not feel obligated to give it away for free. Now, there are strategies for that, marketing strategies and things. And certainly you don't want to keep everything so close to the vest that you don't give anyone any content, because then they're not going to know what your book is about. They're not going to know if it's something that they're interested, if they connect with you. But you don't always have to put all your books for free. Now, if you are not intending to make money off your author career and you really just want to write books to make people happy, that's totally fine if that's your calling and that's what you want to do. So please don't believe that I'm saying you can't give your books away for free. But if you intend to make money, you deserve to be paid for the work that you do. So why can't I sell more books? Well, this is why I included this question, because there are a lot of hangups about money. So I wanted to kind of address that a little bit and just get down to those, do some introspection and get down to those root beliefs about money that you have. Like, do you really believe that you deserve people paying you for the work that you do? Do you really think that you can actually make money doing something that you love? Maybe you don't think that you can. And spoiler alert, you can, but you have to make yourself believe that. So my favorite way to address these limiting beliefs, and again, this has kind of come out of 2020 for me, and done some work internally and learned a lot about this. And I'm, again, still learning. But a lot of it is finding affirmations that will help you overcome all of those. So Now, this is a process. It's not like you find an affirmation like, oh, cool, I want to believe that, and then everything is fixed. It's not. Let me tell you, it is not, because I still, despite everything going on in preparation for this live stream, I had a panic attack. So it's definitely a process, and it's not a straight line either, which I really wish it was, but it's not. So, but the affirmations, when said consistently and usually out loud, and in a way that you can capture those emotions where you feel them, those are going to be the most powerful tool in resetting your mindset and actually helping you believe in the things that you are wanting to believe instead of the things that were given to you, and those limiting beliefs that maybe came from childhood or authority figure in your life or something like that. That your brain can be changed. Let's just put it that way. It's a concept of neuroplasticity, and your brain has pathways that have been written basically like your entire life. And they are of course, this is not the scientific explanation, by the way, but those neural pathways have been written, and they can feel very permanent, but they are not. They can be overwritten with some work, some mindset work, and these affirmations are a good way to do that. So I compiled a list, an ebook of writer affirmations. So it's basically a list, I think there's 28, of different writer affirmations that address certain aspects of the writing process. I talk about in there, like, feeling like you're good enough, that you're capable, that you have stories to tell, things like that. So there's great affirmations in there. I have an explanation in the book as well about how to use it, and then also the reason behind affirmations and how they're written the way they are. So these are just a few, like I said, 28 writer affirmations that I put together and put together the ebook for you so that you would have everything you need. Well, you can always write your own, because I actually have a list of affirmations that I go through, my mantras that I go through mostly daily. I tried to do them daily, and there's a lot of them, and I keep adding to them because, I'm a writer, so I add to my affirmations so they get long. But you can always add your own, but these will give you a good jumping off point, things that maybe you tend not to believe about yourself, but you really should, because bottom line, you are powerful, you are strong, and you are capable. You are worthy of people reading what you have to write. You are worthy of telling the story you were given to tell, and you are enough just the way you are. So if you want to download the writer affirmation, you go to the link in my bio on Instagram. I think I dropped it in the comments on here on YouTube and Facebook. So whenever you would like to do that, feel free to sign up for that, and you'll get that writer affirmations ebook. And then if you have any questions, you can always DM me, or leave a comment or email me, however you want. Just reach out. I'd love to chat about this. This is a big thing for me. If your mindset is not right, if you struggle with getting things done, it probably is because your mindset's not in the right place. So there are ways to change it. There are ways to address it. So that's why I created that ebook. So feel free to download that. It's completely free, of course. So anyway, I will see you hopefully next Tuesday. I'm going to try to start making this a regular thing so we can have these chats and we can talk about the different aspects of the writing, editing, and publishing process. And then I'm thinking about throwing a Q&A in there every once in a while. So let me know what you think about that. And again, I will talk to you guys again very soon. So if you have any questions, if you want to know more, feel free to reach out. Thank you.